I would go off of the keyword, and if my name was searched more than the keyword, then I would go with my name.
What do you think about, when you brand the channel around your personal brand, where the channel is your name and so you're going with that strategy versus kind of branding to a marketplace?
To be honest with you, I think that you can brand yourself on your channel regardless of your channel name. So
Right.
I know people right now that have channel names that are based upon large cities, and they are perceived to be the host, right? And so, it's no different than ESPN. It's no different than your local radio station DJ. It's no different than even some of your most popular podcasts. I mean, you have some podcasts that are named after the recipient, but that recipient, you got to understand, in most cases, was already had a personal brand built. And so by changing their personal brand, it would make it harder for their audience to find them. But I think that let's take Joe Rogan, right? Joe Rogan has a podcast, but before he had a podcast, I mean, he was an announcer for the UFC, right? And people went to watch the UFC, but a lot of people learned about Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan had a stand-up comedy show, and he had other businesses that had already built his personal brand. And I think, if you go to ESPN and you look at, ESPN has a kind of a stable, if you will, of people that produce content that interact with, their brand. And I think that those people have a lot of the times been ex-NFL players, ex-basketball players, again, had their own personal brand. Somebody doing something from scratch. Who's the number one person on YouTube, Woods? Number one.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast, right? Ninja Kid, Dude Perfect, right?
Right.
I think that, if you look at Cody Jones on Dude Perfect, I think that there's people out there that have built personal brands by branding a channel. And I do think that there's pros and cons of building that channel. Another one is Think Media. Think Media has a lot of different contributors to their channel. That was something that we looked at years ago and have actually considered that model. And I think in the real estate space, that's something that you can do. When I did ColinCounty.tv, 10 years ago, everybody on my team, even including my lender, helped create some of the content that went on that channel. And so again, I think that, if it were me, I would go with my market area, and I would try to own the keyword. I would go off of the keyword. And if my name was searched more than the keyword, then I would go with my name. So if I'm Emmitt Smith and it's searched more than, Frisco, Texas, then I'm going with Emmitt Smith. And if Frisco, Texas is searched more than Michael Reese, then I'm going to try to use Frisco, Texas. Hey, if you enjoyed the short clip to the podcast we did, then here's another short clip that you can watch, or you can watch the entire podcast here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.